8 liters are drawn from a flask containing milk and then filled with water. The operation is performed 3 more times. The ratio of quantity of milk left and total solution is 81:625. How much milk the flask initially holds? Okay, so whenever this kind of question comes in the exam, we solve it like this. X minus 8 over x to the power 4 is equals to 81/625. Now we get rid of this 4 and add 4 power root. So we get x minus 8 over x is equals to 3 by 5, and we get 5x minus 40 is equals to 3x, and x is equals to 20. And this is our required answer. So here option D is the correct one. Now, what is the logic behind this solution? So let's look into it now. Let's say we have a flask, all right, and the volume of this flask is 100 ml, all right, and this flask is now completely filled with 100 ml of milk, all right. Now what happens is we remove 10 ml of milk and add any other solution. So how much milk is removed? 10% of milk is removed. So that means earlier the volume of milk here is 100. Now 10% is removed, so we are left with 90. Now again 10% is removed, we are left with 10% of 90 is 9, so we are left with 81. Again 10% is removed, so we are left with 72.9. all right, so what is happening here is that we are multiplying the original solution, which is 100 ml, by the leftover ratio, right? Because originally there was 100 ml of milk, now we are multiplying by leftover ratio. How is that? We know that 10% of the milk is gone, so how much is left? 90% of the milk is left, all right, and this process is repeated 2 more times. So again this much is left. Now again we remove 10% of the milk, so how much is left now? 90% of the milk is left. Again 10% is removed, so how much is left? 90% is left. So we are multiplying the original solution, original volume of the solution, by its leftover ratio, all right, and this will give us, let's see what we get. 0 0 0 0 gone, 0 0 0 0 gone, and 0 0 gone. So and 9 cube here is again 72729, and we get rid of the 0 and add decimal point. So you can see that whenever we did like this, we get the same answer, and whenever we multiply it by leftover ratio, we got the same answer, all right. So there this method and this method makes no difference, all right. So what we'll do is use this same logic in our question as well. Now our question says that we are not given the total volume of the mixture, total volume of the flask. So let's assume that this is x, all right, this is x, and this is entirely filled with milk, all right. Now what happens is 8 liters are drawn, so 8 liters are drawn, minus 8 liter of milk is gone, and 8 liters of water is added. So how much is what is left? Now again in this solution we were in this above example we were talking about the volume, but in this our example the ratio is given of quantity of milk left and the total solution. So we'll deal with that only. So in the original solution we have quantity of milk is x, okay, there is x ml of x liters of milk, and total volume of the flask is also x, all right, that is what the ratio is given to us, right? Quantity of milk and total solution. So quantity of milk here is x and total volume is also x, so this is the ratio. Now after removal of this 8 liter of milk, how much is left? X minus 8 is left, right, upon total solution, right? Quantity of milk left and total solution, so quantity of milk left is x minus 8 and upon total solution, which is x. Now this process is repeated 3 more times, right? So that means we are again removing, again we after replacement the same there will be same x ml of solution, we again remove 8, then replace it with 8 water. So this process is repeated 3 more times. So we do the same thing, x minus 8, we do the same thing as I did it here, right? When we were removing 10%, we were multiplying this with leftover ratio. So again we multiply this by leftover ratio. So leftover ratio is this x minus 8 upon total solution, which is x. Again x minus 8 upon x into x minus 8 upon x, and this is equals to the ratio of quantity of milk left. So quantity of milk left is in the ratio 81 upon total solution, which is 625 upon 625, all right. Now instead of writing x minus 8 upon x 4 times, what I can do is this x cancelled and we are left with 1. So instead of writing it 4 times, what I can do is x minus 8 upon x to the power 4, and this will be equals to 81 upon 625, right? And this is the same thing that I have solved here in the beginning, right? And after solving, we get the value of x, which is equals to 20. So this is our required answer. All right. So again here, option D, 20 liters is our correct answer.